Good day, guys. Adilola Shokoya here. It's so good to be here. Like in our normal, as a normal, habit is, in Traders Abroad, especially on this channel, that every week we look at the market. What has the market done last week? And what has the market, what is the likelihood of um what the market is likely to do again, this week. And if you have been around for a while, you notice that I always try as much as possible to let you see the projection of price. Our analysis basically on price. And I want to start, going forward, this week analysis with the fact that I've been saying this over and over, and I will repeat it again. The importance of you joining a community, as a trader. If you have not joined, if you are not within the community, you are doing yourself a disservice. Most times, what you normally see around traders, forex traders, stocks trader, crypto trader, is that most of us are always, on our own, probably on our laptop or on our phone. We don't have access to a community. And then if you are doing that, you will be losing a lot. Like, for example, in our community last week, I actually want to start with that. If you have not joined our community, you are missing a lot. In our community last week, I actually, when we analyzed this EURUSD when we analyzed the chart, when we are done, I actually dropped this chart on the community. As you can see on the community, I dropped this chart, and I did drop this. This was on Sunday, yes, on the 9th of July. You see price, EURUSD was still at this price as 1.09. And I told folks to opt in as, when market open, the market has not even opened yet. I think the market just opened. You can see this red candlestick that was just forming. And this is actually on the daily time frame. And I told them to, wait for a little pullback. And we had that pullback. And I said, before the end of this week, we should hit TP3. As you can see where my chart is. Then price, we're looking at price. That price should come around that 1.12. And at the end of the week, that is exactly what we are. If I go back to the present price for EURUSD at the close of last week, you see that we came to exactly to 1.122. We took off from this TP1, which I already alerted to folks in our group. I actually dropped in the WhatsApp group and in the Telegram group. And it took all the price went all the way to TP3. If I go check also on and if you pay attention to what I wrote here, I say EURUSD is still very bullish. I say going forward this week, I'll be looking for pullbacks on EU before taking a shoot on a buy. I say keeping my eagle eyes on this one for this week. So I dropped this chart on the group, and a lot of people took advantage of it. So if we go to if I go to the next chart, you'll see also on pounds USD the same thing. We're sitting on TP2. We already this TP, by the way, is our take profit 1, take profit 2. The previous week I already highlighted the support, and I was telling them the price should shoot up to TP1, TP2, and at the close of that week, that's exactly what happened. So going forward, last week Sunday, and I said, okay, for pounds USD also, I'm also expecting price to go above this TP2. And if you notice, price was around 1.28. Okay, so if I go to the present day chart at today is on the 15th for pounds USD. I have to look for pounds USD. I think pounds USD went up. Let me go get pounds USD. So I'm just showing you to tell you, show you this to say that on our pounds USD on our chart, you see that we kissed TP3, which was our target. You notice that price took off from that TP2 that we were before on that Sunday on the 9th, and went all the way to our TP3. So I said that to say this is important for you to be around a community. It's not only about just when I drop signals. I'm not the only one that also drops signals. There are other people that also do that. Another reason of you being around folks that in the community that those are people that are doing the same thing that you're doing. There are people that also believe in this market, people that are also going to where you're going, so you want to be around them. You don't want to be around negative people that will tell you Forex is a scam, trading is a scam, go and look for a job. That's if you don't have a job. Yeah, they will tell you, you are wasting your time. So you want to be around, a community where people are talking about the same thing that you want to achieve. All right. So going forward, I haven't said I'll be dropping the link for our Telegram group. It's growing every day. I need you to join. So in the description below. So make sure you click on the link and join so that you can be around folks that are doing the same thing that you want to do or the same thing that you are doing. All right, so let's move on to our normal analysis for the week. I just feel it's very important I talk about that. So moving forward, if you look at the chart for DXY, I like to start with DXY as we know. You notice that we've been battling this support. I've mentioned this support for so long. This on at 100 level. Sorry, at 100. This price was at 100. We've been battling this support for so long, and then eventually this week, last week, I had this counter trend line that I said at the break of this support, we should come and kiss this. If you remember, if you can go and watch that video, maybe I'll drop the link, in this video, that we should break the support and then we should be moving down to around this 98. And that was exactly what happened. You can see this long, big, gigantic, bearish candlestick. Okay, so and exactly that, and that's exactly this is an engulfing bearish candlestick. That's exactly what happened. So we breached this support that we have been battling with. So going forward this week, I expect actually expect DXY, our DXY to do a little pullback to test the support, because normally when you have price break a support, that support becomes a resistance and price will like to go test it again. So we should have price test this support before we continue this downtrend for a DXY. So I'll be keeping my eyes on this. So going forward, let's look at what gold is doing. If you remember, I've been saying for so long that for me, I've been seeing gold. I've been seeing gold as an asset, as where you buy to. I don't actually trade gold and Bitcoin like a day trader. What I do is I use them for DSA, which is DCA, sorry, dollar cost averaging. What I do is I buy and keep. I keep buying when it's a dip. And I said last week that we should be eating TP1. This where I highlighted as my TP1, this take profit one. And that was exactly what happened. We actually pull out from this range. Gold has been battling this resistance around that right about here. And we've been struggling with this with price around this range for so long. You can see from, I think, since last month, it touches, most times it's going to touch this resistance and pull back. So but last week we actually had a breakout, and the price came all the way. I think I entered around there. I actually didn't drop this on this community, because for me, for gold, what I normally do is I just buy I buy and I hold for some time before I start selling them off. So I think I took my buy around there, and I'm still holding that position because I expect gold to still push forward to this area. We might see, how gold can be very volatile. We might actually see a pullback. You can actually see a little pullback, or to come and form a support, probably around 50% retracement of this bullish engulfing candle before we push forward to the uptrend. So I'll be keeping my eye on gold. I'll be adding more positions as soon as I notice an established support. So that's what that's my position for gold going forward. So I would say that let's look at what EURUSD has been doing. So I just spoke about EURUSD. I know I've taken some amount of position time when I was speaking about. So for me, EURUSD is actually in a very strong buy zone, as you can see. We're actually in a very strong buy zones ever since we broke this strong resistance. And then don't forget that the way I trade and the way I've been explaining on this channel is that I said I always say that price move from zone to zone. And that's exactly what we're having. So we as you can see, I think I'm on the weekly chart right there. If I go to the daily chart, let me go back to the daily chart on EURUSD. You will notice that our EURUSD, since it broke out from this counter trend line, we've been pushing up. So there's a strong resistance around there, around price. Price was around 1.09 that we breached. So I expect the uptrend to continue. But then how market behaves. Price doesn't move. If you've been listening to me long enough, that price doesn't go like this. It doesn't work that way. So what you normally have is our pullbacks here and there. So I'm expecting pullback before we continue that trend. Okay. So so this week I'll be keeping my eyes on EURUSD to see a significant pullback, and probably we have a support form, probably at 50% or even at 75% retracement before I started taking buy again. So I'll be keeping my eye. Like I always say, if you're not a patient person, you can't trade this market. You have to be very patient to wait. Allow market to come to you. Don't chase. Over time, after so many years, I've come to realize that the most important thing is that you want to wait for price to come to you. you want to wait for the market to come and knock on your door that I'm ready to move. You don't want to chase price, because if you do that, you keep having drawdowns. So you want to keep your drawdown as little as possible, as low as possible. All right. So moving forward, let's look at what pounds USD would. Pounds USD also is also, like I always say, they are twins. Pounds USD and Euro USD. I'm on the weekly chart. If I go to the daily chart right now, I will also be expecting a pullback also. I mean, close with a pullback. If I go to the 4-hour chart, and the way I trade, like I always say, I always take my positions on 4-hour chart. If I don't see properly, if I don't see like as price for pounds USD now, we are buying, we are in a very strong bullish zone. So what I'll be doing is to come to the lower time frame to look for a significant pullback where we have support. Like for example, the support here, as you can see, that already highlighted, there's another support here. This happened 2 weeks ago. Last week we came to test this support, to form the support before we push up. So the same thing this week going forward, I'll be looking for price to come from a support. The support is already formed here already, around this area, around this 1.309. So I'm expecting, our market open. I'm expecting that we should have a further push down, probably to around 1.29. I don't know. Price can come there. Price may not come there. But what you normally see, that you see price battle with support before that trend continues to the upside. That is if we are in an uptrend, right? But for a downtrend, you see price battle with resistance before it start crashing down. So for pounds USD also, I'll be looking for opportunity for a pullback from a very significant support before I take my buy, and I'll continue to the uptrend. All right. So let's look at Bitcoin. I think I skipped Bitcoin. So I'm going to be looking at Bitcoin. Like I've been saying, the way I trade Bitcoin as a safe haven. I do a lot of buy and hold, a lot of DCA. When I make money from currency, I do withdraw and I invest on them in Bitcoin instead of keeping them in my bank account. Where inflation is eating up, is continuously eating up our money every day. And the same thing for major traders that I've seen. That's what they do. They do this dollar cost averaging, where they to secure their money from inflation. What you want to do, you want to keep your money. We want to keep your money in an asset like Bitcoin and gold. That have been, gold have been around for centuries. So going forward, so for Bitcoin has been battling this range. For me, I took some buy around there. I bought some Bitcoin around there. I was expecting as soon as I see as soon as I see a breakout of this resistance that I've been battling for God knows when, for weeks, at 31,000, around that 31,000 region. I was expecting price to push further. You can see that I already have my drawings around there. I was expecting price to come to around 32,000. But unfortunately on Thursday, I think it was on Friday, we have this massive, bearish, engulfing candle that also came all the way down. So you can see that Bitcoin has actually not, has actually not, totally broken out from here. Has actually not totally broken out from here. We are still battling this. We are still battling this. We are still battling this zone, and there's a resistance around there. We are still battling this resistance that's around there. So for me, going forward, I'll be looking for another pullback, and this support is still holding. So Bitcoin price is still in a range. So right now, going forward, in the next couple of weeks, it can go either way. We can either see a break of this support, to the downside, probably to around 28,000, or we can see a further push out, a break of this resistance, and then we keep going up. So, but for me, on the long run, And I think Bitcoin, going for from now till we have Bitcoin halving to 2020, end of 2024 to the end of 2025, I expect Bitcoin to be super bullish. So going forward, I think Bitcoin should be probably by the end of next year. We should be seeing Bitcoin around say 50,000. All right. So so quickly, let's look at one more two instrument. So going forward, if you are just joining my channel, please, I need you to subscribe. Also, like I said, we have a community, a Telegram group and a WhatsApp community that is free. It doesn't cost you any money. So I'll be dropping the Telegram group. I always drop the Telegram group because the Telegram group, it gives us, you can ask questions. For the WhatsApp community, it is built in such a way that you cannot ask questions. That was why we also set up the Telegram group, Telegram channel, so that on our Telegram group, we can always ask questions. And it's a very interactive group where folks also drop their own signals, and it's free, it doesn't cost you anything. Also, I also like to say at this point that we also have a paid course. I believe that for a serious person that wants to take trading serious, it's very important for you to, if you can, I always encourage people to get your hands on our paid course, where I put all these teachings together. And it doesn't matter your level, whether you have been trading for docking years, whether you don't know anything about Forex, you don't even know anything about trading. That course is going to take you from a newbie to a pro. It's a video course that we put together in different modules. We broke it down in different modules. Like I said, if you're a newbie, it will take you from a novice to a pro. Right now we are running a promo at 30% off for that course. So I needed to check it. I'm going to be dropping in the description below, the link to the course so that you can join us. All right. So going forward, let's look at what AUD/USD is doing. So for me, if you look at Bitcoin, EURUSD and pounds/USD, you notice that they are way ahead of of AUD/USD in terms of price movement to the upside, right? So I'll be keeping my eyes on AUD/USD. This week. I actually expect that this uptrend for AUD/USD should continue. So for so long, AUD/USD has been battling this range, and it's still in a range that's not totally broken out from this buy zone. So I expect a further push up, from this area. I actually expect a breakout, from this range. There's a resistance around there, around 0.689. Around this area. That price is battling for AUD/USD. So I actually expect probably a pull down to come up from a support like we have around there before we see a further push up to around say 0.69 into 0.70 around this area. So I'll be keeping my eyes on AUD/USD also to probably take a buy. I'll be looking forward to a support, a proper support that will be formed before price breakout from this range. All right. So going forward, let's look at what. Lastly, we're going to be looking at pounds JPY. So the JPY index, has been falling like I explained last week, but then that's actually bottom, and as you can see, it has been falling for the most part of this year. Since the beginning of this year, we're having this massive fall, all the way. Let me see. It's been crashing this JPY index. The Japanese, this JPY index has been crashing. So and then there's a bottom was formed on the 4th of July, and then since then it will be pushing up. So if the JPY index keep pushing up, you can see that it has broken into this zone. So I expect a further push up, probably to this, keep pushing up to come and test this resistance. There's a minor resistance around there that's been formed. So probably we'll see price test this resistance before we have a breakout. So if you see the JPY index keep pushing up, then I'm expecting pounds JPY, Euro JPY, and the other JPY index to probably keep pushing up. But this Euro JPY and pounds JPY are still super bullish. So if I see a breakout of price breakout from Monday to fall, where I put my cursor right now, if I see price breakout from this range, and then form a support above this resistance, I'll be looking for a buy. But if I see a breakout from this support to the downside, I'll be looking for a sell. So for GJ, I'll be sitting on my hands for the most part for this coming week to see what price is going to do. I'm not going to jump in at price at market open on probably tomorrow this night. What I'll be doing is I'll be looking for price to break out to either side, because as if you notice that the GJ is actually in a very strong buy position. So any sell, if you are taking a sell, just understand that you are just taking a retracement. As you can see, it's been pushing up, very strongly. So going forward, I'll be looking for a breakout from this resistance, and if I see it's a very good support that is formed, then I'll be taking a buy. Or if the JPY index keep pushing forward, that means you should be expecting pounds JPY to come down. All right. So that's it for this week. Like I mentioned, if you have not joined our community, ensure you do that. I'll be dropping the link in the description. But also make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and share. And also don't forget to also be a part of our course. We are offering 30% off. Make sure you buy the course. All right. Thank you so much. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Have a beautiful trading week. Bye.